Hi there, welcome back here, guys. In last few lectures, we have been working extensively on our faucet smart contract. We have introduced inheritance, interfaces, abstract contracts, modifiers, and lots of topics. I think it's time to move all of this functionality to our browser so we can integrate our browser functionality, our web application functionality with our smart contract, and we can communicate with each other. All right, let's start. And first thing what we need to do, we need to install wallet, which will be responsible to keep the track of our accounts, and also it will be responsible for creating the transactions for us. Because if you notice, so far we have been doing everything in our terminal, so inside of our computers, but I would like to move this functionality to our browser. So browser will be responsible for making transactions and sending these transactions, in this case, to Ganache, our private local blockchain. So I will draw here a diagram so you have some idea what's basically happening. All right, so go to Carbo here. Can I draw? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so currently what we are working, we are in our local environment, right? So we are in our, I can say we are on our local server. On our local server. Okay, so this is representing our local computer. That's our RPC. Okay, our RPC. Okay, and here we have a Ganache. So here we have this, I can call it node, but basically this is a representation of our private blockchain. This is basically Ganache. Okay, and the nodes are connecting to blockchain. So this sequence of, and they are creating the sequence of the blocks in the blockchain, which is representation of the state, okay, in the Ethereum. Okay, so this is blockchain, and this was happening everything through our terminal, right? So Ganache was responsible for creating transactions, and actually Truffle was responsible for creating the transactions and forwarding them to the Ganache. Ganache created a block, all right, and added it into the blockchain. So that's the representation. What you can see here in the Ganache, we have here blocks, and also all of the transaction that has been made, we have been doing from our Truffle console. Okay, so that's all of this was happening on our local computer. I would like to add here one more step here, and between our local computer, everything will be happening basically on our local computer right now when we are testing on the Ganache, but later Ganache we will replace with some remote server. So we'll be going to mainnet Ethereum network or some testing network on Ethereum. But so far we are working locally, okay? But I would like to add here this additional layer, which will be, we want to communicate with our smart contract through our browser, okay? So you can imagine this is your browser, okay? And it is normal HTML, JavaScript web page, and we would like to communicate with our node here, with the Ganache. Okay, we'd like to make a transactions from our web page. So what we can do, put in the middle here, will be Metamask. Metamask extension is very popular. Metamask, it does not keep the track of your accounts, but also can create the transactions for you, and it can forward it to the network. Okay, so here in the middle will be Metamask. Okay, you can think about this as a wallet, but it has a lot of other features as forwarding transactions to the network. So we'll be talking to the Metamask. All right, our web application will be talking to the Metamask through the Web3 JS library. All right, and the Metamask will be talking to this network, to the remote network. Okay, so while we are testing, it will be talking to Ganache. It will be making transactions. It will be making transactions to Ganache for us. But later, when we'll be deploying our smart contract to remote networks, this step here will be not our local PC. It will be not Ganache, but it will be some remote server. Okay. The case will be this will be some remote server, and here will be not the Ganache, but here rather we will be working with this can be mainnet. Okay, mainnet or a testnet. All right, and we can communicate with the mainnet or a testnet we will install locally node on our computers, and we can reach these networks from our local node. But when we will be using Metamask, actually we don't need even local node, but Metamask using something called Infura internally. You don't need to know what is the Infura right now, but we will be talking about Infura later. And through the Infura API, we can connect, or MetaMask can make forward our transactions into this remote server. And on this remote server is running the node, which will be forwarding our transactions to the network. And that's how it will basically work. So on this top level, we'll have our web page, HTML, JavaScript, normal application, which will be talking to the MetaMask, to the Web3.js library. And when we want to talk to our smart contract, so we want to send some transaction, for example, to add funds or withdraw funds, all of this will be responsible, all of this will be forwarded through the MetaMask. So MetaMask will create a transaction and forward it to the network. Okay, and that's gonna be that's gonna be basically it. But you later also you will get into the details of this. I just want to draw here this base picture. Okay, so MetaMask goes forward the transaction through the Infura API to some remote server on which there is node, this application running, which can connect to blockchain. All right, guys, I don't want to make it much more complicated, so I think it's time to install MetaMask. All right, and yeah, we can go to our browsers and we will install MetaMask as the extension. Okay, I'm currently in my Google Chrome in a guest mode. If I will go to my normal mode, I already have MetaMask installed, so I have their account already. But I would like to simulate the creation of the new account, so I will use a different browser. I don't know if you know about the Brave browser. It's a very good browser. It's also built on top of the Chromium, so it's very similar to Google Chrome, but it maintains more privacy. Okay, so Brave browser, I can install here same extensions, and it's in a Google Chrome, so I will go with this browser in this case. Later I will switch back to my Google Chrome and I will be using my already created MetaMask wallet. Okay, I don't need to import here anything actually. Okay, so let's search here for extensions, guys, and we'll install here these extensions. So extensions, you should have it also same in your Google Chrome. So we'll search here for extensions, go to Web Store. Okay, you can see there is a Google Chrome Web Store, so you can simply go to Google Chrome Web Store and search here for MetaMask. Just simply write here MetaMask, and be careful, look for a MetaMask that has the most downloads. So this here, 2087 ratings here. Okay, so this MetaMask here, offered by https metamask.io. Let's click at this and add to Brave or add to Google Chrome. Okay, add extension. And now we'll get into really very important privacy steps. Okay. Now we need to be very careful what we'll be doing here. Okay, because from this point on, you will be creating an account and you're working with the sensitive data. Potentially on your accounts, you want to store real currencies as Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever currencies you want to buy. So you need to be careful because that's your wallet. It should be secure. Okay, so let's click here, get started. We'll start with a new setup. Okay, so I already have a secret recovery phase, but I will go with a new setup. I will click here, create wallet. You can either agree or not agree here. MetaMask will always, it will not keep any secure information about this, so you can simply agree if you want, but if you don't want to, just simply click here, no thanks. Now you will choose your password, so please choose here your passwords, whatever you want here, okay? So it should be secure, guys, and you should remember it, okay? Okay, so I'm typing here my password. Okay, and I will agree here, okay, with the terms of use. I'll click here, create. All right, you can see here this video if you want, but I will click here next. Next, very important step. I will be sharing with you, but you should never share this with anyone. All right, I am sharing my screen with you, but I will be not using this wallet. This is just an example wallet I will throw away after the lecture. So from this point on, be careful here and never share these information with anybody. Click here to reveal the secret words. These secret words here are used as a recovery phrase for your account. So if you will lose for some reason your account, or for example, you can only uninstall MetaMask from a browser, and you want to create again MetaMask, you want to again install MetaMask, you will be asked to provide your secret phrase. Okay, so then you will say in this first step there that yes, I already have account, import recovery phrase. This is this recovery phrase. So what you should do now, you should place this on the piece of paper. Okay, so if you have some piece of paper, please on a normal physical paper, write it word by word with the spaces. Okay, So normally place it on on a sheet of paper, okay, and maybe even better when you have two of them, so you have and keep on some secret on some secret place, because that's your recovery phase. Okay, so exactly as you see these words, place them on a piece of paper, and a second one, and verify this. And also maybe if you have some USB or some hard drive you are not connecting to the internet, you can also you can put it there on some file, I don't know, on some text file, you can put it there, but make sure that your hard drive is not connecting to the internet, but you have it as a backup. Okay, so make sure you're writing it nicely, you're not making any typos here. When we'll click here next, we'll be asked to repeat this. Okay, so I will create against my advices, I will make here a screenshot, because I'm telling you, I will throw it away, this wallet. I just make a screenshot here. Okay, and I will click here next. In the next here, you can see we need to repeat this recovery phrase. So I'm going with here the same transfer picnic involve transfer picnic involve forest wave ensure prepare lazy enjoy eternal absent and what confirm. All done. Okay, so after I click here all done, my wallet will be ready. And that's it. I have a 0 Ether. You can see here currently I'm connected to the Ethereum mainnet. So through the MetaMask, I can make normal transactions, and I can make them these transactions to Ethereum mainnet. So I'm working with the real Ether, with the real currency. But as you can see here, Ethereum has also test networks. So when you are creating the smart contracts, first you want to test them. You want to test that everything is working good, and you don't want to work with the real Ether while you are testing, because everything costs money. To create a transaction costs money. To deploy smart contract costs money. So you want to test it first on a test network. Every test network is slightly different, but we'll explain it later. Then you have here localhost, and it's also custom RPC. So about this we'll be also talking a little bit later, actually in the next lecture. So to the MetaMask, we can simply very easily to connect to different network as this. Okay, you can just simply connect to different networks, and on each network you will have a different. You will be working with a different currency. Okay. So if you're on Ethereum mainnet and you have here some Ether, when you will go to Robstent as a network, you will not have any Ether, because your account is binded to the current connected network. Okay, that's very important to note here. Also, by default, this account was created for me, account 1. Of course, I can rename it, so I can go to here and I can click, where is the rename? Let me see, I should be able to rename it if I'm not wrong. Here, account details. When you click these 3 dots, account details. Here are a couple of important things here. This is your account address. This is your vault account address. It should be 20 bytes. And here you can rename. So I can rename here main account, for example. Okay, now it will be called main account, but address, of course, will be same. This will be always the same for you. This email account, this name. Also, this address was also created on Ethereum network now, and you can click here to view this on Etherscan, and you can see this is your address. Currently, you have a 0 Ether here on this address. No transaction has been made from this address as well. Okay, and here is the export private key. With this, will be very careful. Your private key you can treat as your secret recovery phrase. Okay, so be very careful here with the private key, because that's also something you don't want to ever share with anyone. Okay, and also you don't want to make it into some public files that you will push on the internet. So this you need to really keep it locally, privately, and MetaMask is handling this for you. All right, and through the recovery phase, you can recover your vault account also with a private key and everything. Okay, I think that should be enough of information for beginning lecture. We have this MetaMask. I want to talk more about MetaMask in the next lecture, because I think it was already more extensively than I already wanted. What we can also see here, one more thing I want to show you. I was mentioning something about the Infura. When you will click here settings, you can see here networks. And when you click here networks, you can see here on Ethereum mainnet, you are connecting through the HTTPS mainnet infura.io. Okay, so you can see here through this Infura API, the MetaMask is basically making a request to the Infura servers, and Infura servers running the nodes that can connect to the blockchain. Okay, but that's something for you to just to know for later. Alright guys, I will keep it here. In the next lecture we'll continue, we'll integrate here Ganache network, so our MetaMask will know also about the Ganache and it can transact and it can send the transactions to the Ganache. So guys, that's gonna be it, and I hope to see you in the next lecture. Cheers.